All right. I just wanted to be sure that we record because of people in this class, so that I can definitely send the video back to them. So first thing that you do is what you download your Python here at python.org that downloads, and I have downloaded that. And when you download that, next thing you do is install it. So I'll walk through the process of installation, and then we can start talking about um the use of Python and how to start working with it. So this should complete download in seconds for people who have not downloaded it and people who are waiting to install it to see the correct way of installing. So I have downloaded the Python, and it shows here, like Sadia said, modify, repair, install. Let me uninstall first so that people who have not installed will be able to see how it is installed. So it will take a couple of minutes. So while it's uninstalling, do we have any other person who wants to ask any other question as regards this?
Assalamualaikum.
Okay.
If we already downloaded Anaconda, do we also need to download Python?
Okay. Since you've already downloaded Anaconda, you do not need to download Python. Everything is installed that package already. However, like I said, most computers come with Python installed. With Python 2. In fact, in most versions, it is Python 2.0. However, it is preferable that you download Python, like the actual Python, so that you can actually work with it with something called the IDLE, the interactive development learning environment. But that's, by the way, data analysts or upcoming data analysts do not necessarily need to work with IDLEs because they go straight into where it is. So now I have downloaded the Python now and I have uninstalled it. So I will click on this to install it the same way we would have actually installed it. So here you see it says what? Install Python 3.12, 64-bit. 64-bit is the architecture of my computer. And here I will click on what? Use admin privileges when installing what? py.exe. The reason why it does that is to bypass some brick walls that you may go through or that you may witness whenever using because some computers may be set to block some installations. So it is going to help with this. So add python.exe to path. It's something called environmental variable and path. So like whenever you are working with that Python, program, it is going to add this python.exe so that whenever you want to run it, it's not going to have issues being run. And here this is talking about because if you want to go and pick up the Python, or if there is a problem in your installation, this is where you can actually go and target, especially when you are setting environmental variable. Apologies, my approach to this might seem a bit engineering-ish, but it is the same. Please understand that I might have to talk about the in-depth of it because some of us might want to use Python for some other things later on. However, it is added advantage to everyone. So like I was talking about ideally pip and documentation. So I'll click on this and then the core interpreter and the executable libraries are going to get installed. And immediately you will see that the logo of this has changed because it has started figuring out, or it has started knowing that it is Python that is being installed. And this would be installed in a couple of seconds.
Please, I have another question.
Yeah, please ask.
Okay, so I'm trying to set up my own Python here. The setup was successful, but it's showing me a question. So it has that administrator symbol, and it's asking me if I want to disable path length limit, which is changes my machine configuration to allow programs, including Python, to bypass the 260 character max path limitations. Should I click on it?
Okay, so let me see what you
Okay, yes,
let me
this is it on your screen. Yes, it's on your screen. Let me wait for you to do your own.
okay, great. So here, disable path limits. No, we are not going to disable path limits in this case because the reason why it does that is because of memories. There's something called memory allocation. You know, each time memory allocation to programs have, or every software that you have on your laptop has memory allocations. So if you disable if you disable, sorry, let me disable path length limit, then it is going to ensure that it has an overflow. Do you understand? It has an overflow. And whenever you're working with the parts, it's just going to continue creating parts and parts and parts and parts that you'll be having problems ultimately. So do not disable the part limit. I hope I've been able to answer that question here.
Yes, sir. I will just follow along as you go your own.
Oh, okay, great. So I have installed Python, and now I will install Anaconda. So Anaconda is more robust than Python. It has a large set of tools. It has Jupyter, it has Spider, and you'll be wondering, why are these people using all of these names? Well, it's just out of their sense of humor. I mean, Python was inspired by a TV show around the time when there was a TV show that was called Python, and that was what inspired the Python programming language by Guido van Rossum. I will talk about that very soon. So let us install Anaconda. I am using all users and it requires what? Admin privileges. And here you see again that it talks about what? The download path folder, and it uses 5 gig of space. So I'll click on this and then I'll install it. It says clear the package cache upon completion. Well, yes. So because it says what? Recovers some disk space without what? Harming functionality. That is what we need to. So we're going to click on next and it extracts and then it is. Someone has a question?
Yes, sorry. Can you please go back to the website?
It is recommending that we update version. So let's just use Google Colab, right? So let's use Google Colab right now so that we don't waste anybody's time. So here you see here, it says what? Print what? Hello world using whatever it is, which is using ROT 13. ROT 13 is the rotation scale. It's some encryption, whatever. We do not need all of those. So here, I can start writing my code by just saying what? Print, and then I see what? I see hello world. And then when you do that, the same way your Jupyter will have this kind of interface. So you click on this and then you see your code run below it or beneath it. If I can get Jupyter notebook online. Jupyter. Yeah. And you can see here that it has what? It has run the what? The hello world. Now, after that, next thing that we want to do is we want to, oh, sorry. Here you can always what? You can always press down, press up to navigate to wherever you want to change whatever you want, to clear, and then to use. So that is why I'm looking for Jupyter to like work with it. Then try in our browser. Yeah, try in your browser. Okay. So, yep. So you see, they give you the options of Jupyter, Python itself, and then so in this case, we are going to be using Jupyter Lab on the web browser. This will be dependent on your browser, so please bear with me if it is looking a bit. Still didn't install, so salam.
This the Jupyter is saying file not found.
Yes, that is because it probably wants you to. Have you seen anything about updates? Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
Yes, I saw updates. One
Yes,
corner,
it is
yes.
because
I saw them.
yes, because it wants you to update. So you can see here too that it's telling me
I
to
should
update.
update, Abby.
Yes. So that's why
All right.
that's why we're having that problem. So for the purpose here, I'll be clearing and cleaning this place to continue using it till we can update until every one of us can do that. But just be rest assured that in the next class, which is next week, we will be able to do that, and we will be able to write them in our own browsers. Or we could use Kaggle. Yeah, we could use Kaggle too. Kaggle has its own way of doing its own stuff. Yes, but yeah, great. So this is Kaggle here. So I could use Kaggle for this too. But basically Kaggle has their own questions that they run that will make you better at data analysis and data analysis with Python especially. So, but then you can always clear this code, right? Let's go back to our Google Colab and stick with it. So now this time we're going to be talking about operations in Python or operators in Python. It's the same thing as you doing your plus and minus, multiplication, addition, and stuff like that. But this time with a little bit of edge. So for example, we already know that we have data types in Python. We have 8 data types in Python, but for the focus of this, we are doing just 3 or 4 data types because data analysis actually uses numbers, right? I hope I'm not too fast. I hope I'm not rattling too much too fast.
No, sir, you're not.
So here now, we'll say 4 plus 4 plus 4. Obviously, everybody knows what that is. So it will be what? It will be 8. So literally, that can actually show us that. Then 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3. And then click on everything that you want to run. Always ensure that you run it in this space here. And then let's say 8. In this case, multiplication is usually done with what? Asterisk. And then 8 asterisk 7. And then we see it gives us 56. So good. Now, 8 divided by 7. And then it gives us this. You appreciate all of this when we start doing the modulos and all of the math, numpy works. And then we will have to also talk about something called lists and libraries. List, tuples, and libraries. So let me go back. I'll close this now. So next is 7 greater than or equal to 8. This will give us a data type called Boolean, which is what? True or false. Or you can see it here. It is already suggesting to you because these people have AI that helps you what? To write this. And then you can see it says whenever you press this, you see what? False. Right? It will tell you that it is what? False. And then if you say 7 greater than what? Or equal to 6, you can definitely see that it says what? True. You see how simple Python is looking, right? So now you can have greater than, you can have less than or equal to what? 8. And it will tell you what it is what 2. It will pick first one and then make you understand that is it less than or equal to 8? It will say yes, it's 2, right? But less than, and I don't think there's anything as such. So you see that what it is already giving you this red stuff that is screaming at you. So we'll be able to, with that, you should be able to understand that you are having an issue. So you can see it is telling you what syntax error. This is one of the major reasons why I called out Aisha and we talked about the different syntax in languages. Yeah, sorry. Habibat, yes, please ask your question.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
Please, I'm kind of confused.
Okay, where are you?
Firstly, I was not able to install Python on my system, although I've installed Anaconda before. So I thought maybe it was because of that. And then I can see that you're using Google Colab. And you
Okay.
also mentioned Kaggle.
You
Is it
broke
that we
there.
can use any of them or we have to use every... What did you say, sir? Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. So let me state it clearly now.
Okay.
Kaggle is for you to learn on your own, like for you to use standard data sets that are available free of charge for you to learn on your own. However, inside Kaggle, we can have what? Notepad, where we can write our code. Do we get that now?
Yes.
Yeah, so because we were having difficulties installing or opening our Jupyter notebook because they wanted us to update, that was why we were looking for alternatives immediately so that we do not waste our time. I hope that gets it.
Yes. Then the Python, I'm not able to install it on my system. Is it because I already have Anaconda installed?
No, what prompt is it giving you?
It's not even giving me any prompt. I downloaded it using the link you sent to the mail. Then when I try to double click on it so that it will install, it will just bring that, it will pop up the box as if it wants to install.
Okay.
Then when I click on the first option, it will just, the box will just disappear. I won't see any, that thing that will be loading as if it is installing. I don't see anything. I even had to restart my system, but it's still the same.
Okay, so what system architecture are you using? Like, is it
What did you say?
64-bit? Is it
Yeah,
64-bit
64
system
bits.
architecture?
Yes, 64 bits.
Okay. Okay, your Anaconda is working, right?
Yes, it is working.
Okay, I think you should stick with the Anaconda and use the Jupyter notebook or the Jupyter lab in the Anaconda.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So now I will answer your question. I will attend to those who raise their hands again, but I'm waiting for us to get to 10:30 so that we can have a couple of minutes to ask all of these questions. And after which we will not ask questions again till the end of the class. So here you can see what I was talking about the syntax error. Syntax error literally talks about, it is telling you what? Invalid syntax. And this is just like saying, Aisha, Orukwe Kini. Well, sorry. I was just trying to play around with the Yoruba syntax there. But what if I said something like, Aisha, Orukwe Mua? Okay, yeah. Orukwe Mua. So for example, because we know that Aisha is a name word, and Mua is a word, is a doing word. Like it's a word that you make this for someone to bring something, right? So doing word and a name word, there's no correlation in that syntax. There's no correlation in that sentence. So this is literally what is happening here. The use case of this is different from this, and that is why you're having that syntax error. So what if you now do something like this and say 7 equals to 7 less than or equal to 8, and 8 greater than or equal to 4. Let's clear this. Let's let's press enter. And then you see what will happen. You see that it is true because we applied the syntax properly. Now it is 10:30, so I'll stop sharing my screen and then we can ask our questions for the next 5 minutes or no, okay. Our breaks are usually 15 minutes. So yes, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yep, I'm with you. Sorry, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to on Python the IDLE shell. So when I like did what you were doing, I did age equal to 17. Press enter, it actually respond. But name equal to I first did Arifa. I put apostrophe. It says syntax error.
Okay, so let's see it. So remember, I was telling you that. Please share your screen. Remember, I was telling you that Python or Colab or Google Colab or any IDLE that you're using is going to be screaming at you now. And this is one of the major reasons that we have to understand data types and the uses, all of those stuff.
Can you see it?
Yes, exactly. So here, the issue you are having is because Python is literally treating Arifa as a string, and the strings are always
So I actually changed it. The
okay.
one of Aminat is still giving me error.
Okay.
Name
So
equals
this
Aminat. So what happened? Why am I
okay.
making the mistake?
Let me see. Where's the one for Aminat? Okay. Now this is where the problem
Like this
is.
place. Look at the error here.
Anytime you want to put a name, word, or anything, you would have to put it in between what quotation marks.
Okay.
That is what makes it a string.
Oh wow. Let me
Yes.
try that.
So one of the issues with Python ideally is that you cannot clear your screen. You cannot clear your screen like every other place. So supposing you are using a CMD or whatever, you
So
probably
what should I do to this now?
so what you just do is close it and open a new
Another
IDE.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me stop
You
sharing.
are absolutely welcome. No, don't stop sharing. Please show us so that every other person will see what you did too, so that they can learn from it.
Okay.
Yes. So Teslim, I'll definitely come
Once
to
it's
you.
up, I will not waste your time because I'm trying to look for the IDL again.
So you can type it in the search bar, or I can, yeah, you can type it in the search bar, and yeah. So Teslim, you can unmute and then. Teslim Adigun.
Okay.
Yeah, your question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. So just an observation. The Anaconda updates didn't take much time actually. So it took like perhaps we should just stick to one environment. You know, you've tested with cargo interface, Jupyter interface. So to make it less confusing, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So if we are going to be using Anaconda, I don't want to suggest that we should just stick to Anaconda, since it didn't take much time to update it. So that's just what I want to say.
All right, thank you very much.
And then
all right, thank you very much. So Abiola. Okay, great. I mean that you're back, right?
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Okay, Abiola. Walaikum salam.
The parent mean the Anaconda. I said it is not downloading completely. I have just less than 20 megabytes for it to download. And it's telling me, oh, yeah, I have 5 hours left for it
Yeah,
to
it's the
be
network.
downloaded. Network?
Yes, it's your network.
Okay.
Your internet network, your ISP.
Okay.
Yeah. So Amina, do you have it running now? I saw your hands up.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can still share your screen. Yeah, you can share your screen. Okay, great. So you can see that it works
It's working
now.
fine now.
Yes. So that is it. It literally takes everything in the quotation mark as string. So that is it. Thank you very much. So do we have any other questions? Do we have any other questions? Yeah.
Yes, please, I have a question, sir.
Yeah, please go on.
Okay, so the one you're using, I can notice that whenever you put like you want to make it like a syntax, you like with a string, you put space in between. But in my own, I'm using Python, so I don't put space, but it still gives a response. So I want to ask if for example I'm using like ideally maybe next time, do I need to put like spaces before it gives me a response or what?
No. You don't need to put spaces. In fact, literally Python counts with spaces. But the reason why I was creating spaces or putting spaces is because of readability. I mean, I have a software engineering background, so we are very focal on readability. So that is why, I mean, it's just muscle memory. I mean, I apologize about that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other
Assalamu
question?
alaikum. Assalamu
Walaikum.
alaikum.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to understand is, basically, we want to use Python to be analyzing data.
Yes.
So, and what I've seen so far, what you have been doing so far, like just typing just a single data, unlike the other, like Python or Z, that you load a large file in which you want to analyze. So, I'm just confused a bit, sharp.
Okay. So, like I asked earlier, have you used Python for analysis, data analysis before?
No.
Okay. Okay. So, what we are doing here, or what we did in the past few minutes, was to understand the basic concepts and basic data types. It is a steady build. Like I said, it is going to definitely give you the ability to appreciate the Excel and likes. And then whenever you encounter problems, okay, sound like sorry, I don't know why that name keeps coming to my head. I'll answer your question. So whenever you keep encountering problems, you'll be able to sort those problems, especially when you start running the likes of NumPy or Matplotlib. You appreciate that we went through this point. So we will soon get there. In the next couple of days, we'll definitely get there and you'll see it. When we start using files. And you will see here, let me share my screen so you can see here. Yeah, you see here that I am not taking this out of my head. I am literally following a standard syllabus of how to, I mean, a standard concise or compact syllabus that would be used to work with data analysis. So, and you would also see here that it is not out of conjecture. It is basically out of what we would be doing, what we would need to use. So you see that first of all, it states that you need to understand or learn the programming language, which is what Python or R. In this case, we are doing Python, and then data manipulation libraries. For you to understand the data manipulation libraries, you have to definitely understand the basics. And the basics that we are doing are the data types, strings, libraries, and all of those stuff. I hope I've been able to answer your question. I guess I talked too much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Do you have any other question here? Right. Yes, I am with you. Yes, please unmute yourself. Yeah, Aminat, I'm with you, sorry. Aminat. Okay, so there's a question here. Someone, Shakir Tijani says, what is the difference between Python and GitHub? So Python is a language used for like a wide variety of things. And GitHub is a repository hub. It is a version control place. So eventually, yes, people here, whoever is doing data analysis or data science will definitely be using GitHub, but it is out of the scope of this this course because we are basically talking about the tools here. So GitHub is a version control platform where you can be working with somebody else, like developer, data scientist, animator, anything. So you would have to publish your code there, and then the other person sends his code so that you can be able to monitor where you guys have stopped working and the things that you've done. So it's time for us to go back. And here it gets easier. So now the next thing we do is what we've talked about this now. And what next do we talk about? We've talked about data types. And the next thing we are going to be talking about is, okay, we've talked about data types and operators. And now the next thing we're going to be talking about is lists. So this is where the build-up of, those, data types now comes in. Someone said, it said that updating does not take time. So let me hope that before we do this, uh, our is updated, it is completely updated. Okay, great. Before we complete the class, it's completely updated. So you can see that it is showing the execution of the code here. So let's close this guy here. Now, next thing is we're already talking about lists, and then next thing we have to talk about is dictionaries and that. So list, dictionaries, tuples, and whatever. These are still data types too, but they are advanced level of data type. So if we say in this class, now we can say class, or no, class is a keyword in Python. So we say what? Class. You will notice that I used uppercase in this case, and then you notice that what? The number did not change. I mean, the color did not change. So if I say class, and then we create, to denote a list, you have to put a what? You have to put a square bracket. There are different types of brackets. So this one, most of us are actually used to this word, parenthesis, or the usual bracket. All of this represent different data types in Python. This is a list, and this, when using this, is a dictionary. And then you have to enter some things inside. However, in this point here, we are focusing on a list. So now we are talking about class, and then let me list names of people inside this course. Let's assume we say what? Shakiru Tijani. And then separate it with what? Comma. And then I come again to say, that, and then I say, Lawal. And then I come here and I say, Adekunle, and I say, yellow. So every time I click on this, you see that the class is going to, I didn't call anything literally, so there's nothing. But if I say print, and then I say class, print class, we'll see what it does. So you see that it literally calls out Shakir Tijani, Aminat Lawal, Adekunle Bello. And then the next thing, if I come here, I can still come here to say what? To say class. It'll still run all the same here. Yep. So what if I now say class dot append? If I want to, somebody else comes in, and then I want to add somebody's name there, and then I will just come here to say what? This is us imputing data. This is the back end of all of the Excels that you see, all of those RBIs and all of this is what they do at the back end. Whenever you type in those variables or those names or those numbers in those spreadsheets. And then if I now say, sorry, if I now say, if I come here to say Jane, and then I press what? Press this. You see that nothing happens afterwards. If I now come to say what? Class, always put in lowercase. And then I print. You see that Jane has been what? Added to the back of this. Added to the name. Now if I come here, I'll clear this. And then I come to say dot sort. Sorry. Class dot. I can say oh yeah, reverse the names here. But then if I want to reverse the names, reverse is a function. So I have to press reverse the names, and then I'll now click on this. So it will literally what? Arrange, it will literally reverse it to how it was like previously. So if I append again, say append, and then I add this, let me see, in, and then I say John. I most likely will be getting an error. Exactly. Because it takes what? It takes one argument, and then it gives you, I have given it what? 2 arguments. So if I come here again and give just one argument, and then I click on this, it goes back to say what? This and John. If I say class dot, I want to index everything. Like I want to index, or I want to add, I want to check the index of a particular name. So you can even see here that it gives us a pop-up. Oh, what is the name? What is the variable that we're looking at, the index? So this is how indices are counted. So it starts from what? 0, 1, 2 to wherever it is. All of these things are going to be very, very important whenever you are doing your NumPy matplotlib. So if I press this and then I click on this, you see that it says what? The index is what? Is 1. And if we count it, we are going to see. So let us count it by saying class, and then I put, and you see the last thing actually comes up. So now let's count. You see here, it is 0, 1, 2, and then John is 3. So in Excel, there's something called count, right? So you can say list.count. Count is for you to know the amount of numbers there. So for this purpose, let us append another Aminat. Let's append another Aminat Lawam. Sorry. And then we'll count Aminat Lawam. We append Aminat Lawam and count Aminat Lawam. And then you to see 2. So you see here. So if I come here to say, okay, class, you will see what? You will see 2 Aminat Lawals, which is what? Shakiru, Tijani, Aminat Lawal, Adekunle Bello, John, and then Aminat Lawal. And then next thing we'll talk about what? We are already talking about the list functions here. So if I say something like list Then I say pop, because we want to, let's remove the last name. Pop, then I put this. You see, when I pop it, to give us what? Aminat Lawal, because it is what was the last name. And then if I call out class, it is going to come up with what? The old names without giving us the Aminat Lawal. Without giving us the Aminat Lawal. All right. So now the next thing is dictionaries. Dictionaries are very, very, they are very, very important in data analysis or data science, whatever, or in fact, even in software engineering. So now we'll come here and create a class. Let's create a class and then give them, in dictionaries, we have keys and values. So we will say something like what? Name. There are two ways to create dictionaries in Python. You use this and then use this one, name, and then I say one, or I say age, and then I say 17. I say eye color, eye color, eye color, and then I say, let's just say purple. No such person within. So here, you'd see that we've initialized all of this. Sorry, I said initialized. We've declared all of this. So I'll clear this and then see that there's no error. So if I come here to say print as, I see
You
dot.
can't see your screen. No?
Oh, you can't see my screen. I'm still sharing it. Can you see the screen now?
We can see your screen.
We can see it.
Screen.
We can see your screen.
Okay,
You
great.
can see it.
Okay, great. So you see here now, if I say name, let's say name. Sorry, this is going to print out the name. So if I say class, let's print out class first, and then let's print out let's print out what is inside class first, so that you see it. So you see that there's a dictionary, there's a dictionary here already, which is what is. And then if I now say class and then the name, what's the name there? Name, name. And I click on this, you see that what it brings out what? John. If I come here to say what? The age, bring out what? 17. If I come in the same vein to say eye color, to bring out purple. But I cannot come here to say John. You see that what? It says what? Key error. It says key error because this is the key and this is the attribute. This is the key and this is the attribute. Do you get? So you cannot, they are not interchangeable. They are not, you cannot interchange them, you cannot intermix them. So next thing, sorry. Okay. The next thing, let me see, let me use this for guide again. Next thing is sets. Very good. So what is a set? Some of us actually did we did maths, and not all of us, all of us did maths. And in maths, we know that set is a group of same things, right? A group of same things. Are we together? Hello?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. So now, if I
Yeah, we
create,
are
Yes, we are.
following.
okay, thank you. If I create this now, then I say set. Can you see my screen?
You start sharing your screen.
Oh, good, good. Let me share my screen again. Great. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes. Okay. Please hold on. Yeah, so set.
Is that a question? Or?
Yeah, please ask your question.
Okay, so the last two lines you tried, that's that class and the names, that Amina name, and then
Yes,
this
this
one
was
of this characteristics of John. So I
yes.
tried it on my end, and I'm not getting any response. Like it's not even printing. It's just going like the space is just going entering. It's just entering, but it's not coming up with any response. I
Okay,
don't
that's
really know why.
because yeah, that's because you did not declare, you did not call out what it should do. You get? Okay, for
How do
example,
I do it?
so for example now, after I declared this now, this is literally what you did, right? It's like you called all of this, right? Let me see. Let me clear this guy here. So let me create a new code block. Okay. Dead class as sorry. Okay. Sorry, I was replying someone. So we said class equal to okay. Oh, sorry, Jerry. I was a bit distracted there. So class equal to this. Let's use the list. Remember, this is a list. Whenever it is square brackets, it's a list. Whenever it's curly brackets, it is dictionary. Whenever it's whenever it is whenever it is the normal bracket, it is a tuple. A tuple. So now in this case, you are putting what? Aminat, Minat, and then we put John, and then we put in, and then let's just call this. So literally, this is what you saw, right? It was blank. Nothing came out, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, in this case, if you wanted to actually, like, if you wanted to show anything, you'd have to do it in two ways. You can do print class like this, or you can just simply do it. You can simply say class, and then it will print out the class. Have you tried that?
So the thing is, I open it with Python, not
Okay.
the one you're using. So I
Okay, so
can't
let's
click on that.
open it with Python, which is Python ideally, yeah. And yeah, great. So if I say class here, class, and then I say equal to, and then I create this, I say Aminat, and then
So I can't see your Python class.
sorry. Very good. Okay. Yeah. Entire screen. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
So Aminat, and then I say Joshua, then I say Joshua, and then I say Tunde, and then I close it, and then I press enter. You see that it shows you this blank screen, right? Now, if
Yes,
I
sir.
come here to say class, and I press enter, you see that it shows me this.
Mm.
Yes. So it literally, you've declared the variable called class, and the variable is a list. So the list is
Okay,
this.
but what did you do differently that I got wrong? Where did I mistake?
Yeah, I pressed class. I just entered class.
Okay, class. Okay. All right, let me try.
So yes, you're welcome. So yes. So now next one is what is called set. Set is
It worked. Thank you.
you're welcome. So set is so let's create a set, right?
White pepper. You understand? I arrange my shoes there so there's sound.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. Your what you're saying in Siraj or affecting what we're doing here. Okay, good. All right. So here now, I want to create a set. Please, it's not just class that is the usual name that you can use. You can use any name. So for example, I want to create fruits. I want to create fruits, right? And then for me to create fruits, I'll say what? I can say something like this. I say apples. Sorry, apples. Say, well, I can do it this way too, but usually Python is better written on the same line, except when we're doing loops. So apples, oranges, bananas, and then I click on this. So if I am printing the set, like I can just say, or let's even check what kind of data type is it. So if I say type, and then I say fruits, fruits. You see the data type there is so you can see that it's what it is a set. Now we've done list manipulation, what all those things that I was doing, append, add, set, remove, pop, sort, all of those things were list manipulations. So here we are going to try to manipulate the set. So let me come here and say fruits. I can say fruits dot. So if you press dot, you can literally see everything that you need to add in between, like everything that you can do in between. So if you say add, and then let's say add watermelon. So writing codes are now like way easier now because AI is even here to like help augment your code writing. So you see that here, it adds our watermelon, and changes that. So if I clear this now, the fruit already has the fruit in its memory, like the newly updated fruit in its memory. So I can go ahead to manipulate whatever I want to manipulate here by saying by saying dot let's say dot union. Union is actually when you have two sets. Like for example, let me say food and say 10. This has even suggested one for us. You see the use of AI here now. And then if I say fruit and then I say food, you see that everything is printed together. We have a couple of minutes to go. So you can see that it's like print them side by side, separated from each other, like separated from each other. So if I now say food, sorry, I think this is where I'll stop here today. Food dot union. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Food dot union. Then I come here to say this. Then I say fruit. You see what will happen. Right? I can come here to say print this. So please don't get confused at what I did. What I did was what? The union of what? The union of the set fruit. I am adding it to what? Food, and then we want to what? Print it. Then you can see it was joined everything what? Together. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
So if I come here to say, because it has still arranged it, when I now come to say, sorry, if I call this, so we've called this new union, we want to give it something else. Let's say assortment, assortment equal to this, so that we can use whatever we want to do to it. So assortment, and then I say dot, we can reverse, discard, remove. So let me pop here again. Let me pop bananas. I want to pop bananas from there. And then you should see. Oh, sorry. Let me pop without popping. Sorry. I had already solved the case in my head. So it popped randomly. So that's the difference between set and list. The list pops the last one. The set pops randomly. So you see here. And then if I come back again to say assortment, it literally just gives us what? Everything. So this is where I'll stop here for today. So please, guys, let
Sorry,
us. Yes, please ask your question here.
I noticed that when you printed, it did not arrange them according to the way they were. Is it if you want them to be arranged according to the way they came out, or the way you type them there? How do you do it? I don't know if you understand what I asked her.
The exact way that I placed them, right?
Yes. The way you arrange the fruit,
I think that can only be done in lists. Lists, yes. Can only be done in lists, not in a set. So sorry. Oh, I've unshared screen. Let me come here. Let me try. I've never tried it. So if I click on assortment, if I put assortment here, then I print it. Still like gives us this. Okay, so what we can do, yes, there's a way we can do it. There's a way we can do it. We can say fruits. This is true. We've heard about concatenation in Excel, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so in Python too, there's
Yes.
concatenation. So we just what concatenate them, and then we print what assortment. And then if I want to concatenate with space and everything, I will do that later, but let's see how this goes. So it says what type error. Let's see what is the type error that it's giving. It's saying that what set to set cannot be what used, concatenation cannot be used for set to set. Okay. So let me see if I can force it to be modified that way, which I know can't be done. It's still not going to work. However, if I make this a list, right? If I make this a list of this, and then I think it should be able to run now. Yes. So you can see now, right? So it is arranged it is arranged that same way, but then it is each set. Remember that sets are a group of objects maintaining the same properties, right? So it is putting the same, like it is putting this set and this set inside like the same list, right? So and from here we form something called matrix or matrices. I hope we get that. Matrix. Matrix math. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Have I been able to answer your question?
Yeah, partly, but what I was saying really, if you still observe the way it is listed, it wasn't listed apple,
Together.
Orange. No, not together. Apple first, orange,
Okay.
bananas, then pizza, burger, salad. That's what I was saying. If you check
Okay.
now, they are still
Let me see if I can.
started with orange, apple, banana. You understand? If you
Yeah.
want it to come out exactly the same way they were, how would you do that? That was what I was actually asking.
I don't think that can be done, but let me see if I can use sort, right? I can use sort for that. Right. So let me see if I can use sort to do that. Hopefully it should do that. So sorry. Let me see if I can do fruits. Please hold on. Okay. So fruits dot sort. I doubt if that can be done actually. Yeah, I doubt if it can be done. It can't be done. It can't be done that way. It can't be done that way. So I don't think it can be arranged except in lists. List items will actually come the same way you actually wrote them. This is a set, right? It comes printed regardless of how you actually do it. Hope that is sorted here.
Okay, sir.
Welcome. You're welcome, sir. All right. Any other questions before I throw in the attendance for this class? Yeah, walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi. I'm with you, sir.
Yeah, this collab.
Yes.
One has to be online before you can be able to use it.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
offline.
Yes, it's not offline. It's not offline.
Please, I have a
Okay.
final question, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so you overload. So I noticed that you were able to click on was it class, and options came out like options of if you wanted to do adding assortments. I can't remember
Yes.
the many other things. But on Python, it doesn't have that option. So I basically was just typing according to every single thing you are typing, but it didn't have the option of that option of clicking on different fields.
I
So I
think
don't
it
know. Is there
does. I think
okay?
it does, but there's a way to do it, right? So let me
Okay.
copy the attendance first so that let me copy and paste the attendance first.
Okay, sir.
Wow. Okay, I'll do that now. Yes, so I'll share my screen now and show how that can be done. So the idea behind that is that when you create a list, a dictionary or a set, and then you put a dot behind it, it will show you what you can do with it immediately.
Okay, because if that's the case, so I typed in that fruit and then I put like dot add watermelon, and
Okay.
then it kept asking me if I did I mean add. So the add wasn't like it wasn't like reported speech. It was that column, not column,
Colon.
apostrophe.
Okay.
What's the word now? I can't remember the particular attribute. So it had that almost like an reported speech, but it was one instead of double like a reported. So it asked me if I wanted to do add instead
Okay.
of
Okay.
thing. So but it didn't
So
add, there was an error.
okay, no problem. So let's do that now. Let's do that now. So I'll open my IDLE again,
Okay.
and here you see, let's create class, and then we say watermelon. Did you use a dictionary or anyone? Or let's just use anyone. Anyone do work, right?
I use
Class.
dictionary.
Okay, good. Let's use dictionary. Let's use dictionary. Let's see name. Let's see name. Like I said, there are two ways of actually doing the dictionary, right? You can use the one that uses equal to, or you can use the one that uses colon. I'm usually more comfortable with using the one that uses colon, which is this way, right? So
Okay.
then next you say type, then you say call it fruit. Then I can say quality. Sorry, I typed nonsense there. Quality. And say fresh. Say then I come here and then so I've already made an error here, and then
Parentheses.
yes, thank you very much. So I press enter, saying, oh, sorry. Thank you very much. The parenthesis was the issue. I made two errors actually, and I didn't notice. So here, so I'll come here and close the parenthesis, and then so if I come here to say class, it comes out with this. So next thing I'll do is class dot. The reason why it is you can see now, you can see. So the reason why it wasn't showing, probably you didn't wait, or probably something was wrong with what you called. You get, or maybe
Okay.
because Python is actually case sensitive, so there could be problems somewhere.
I did fruits dot add dictionary symbol, reported speech symbol, watermelon, reported speech symbol, then dictionary closing. Should I do class dot add instead of fruits dot add?
Okay, so let's see. Let me give you permission so you share your screen.
I didn't join with my screen. I joined with my phone, but I'm unless I'll just snap a picture or just.
Oh, okay. You know what? This is what you do, right? Send it to the group. Let's start having that. Like, so you whatever you encounter, whatever issues you encounter, send it to the group, and we'll definitely solve that problem. I hope that
Okay,
does
sir.
it.
Thank you. All right, sir. Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
So Fatima, yep, you're always welcome. So Fatima, your question.
Okay. First thing, I've also not been added to the group.
I am
And the second
sorry.
thing,
I'm sorry. So send your number. For those that have not been added to the group, please send your number to the email address. Send your number to the email address. I will take that up personally.
the email address that
Yeah,
comes
Minaret,
with
Minaret Talent Academy.
and the
Yeah.
second one is that this IDLE
Yes.
and if I launch the Python is opening with this black whatever. And the IDLE.
Oh, okay. So it's opening with your CMD. Yeah, command prompt.
So which one should I use? Can I use the both or
No, so
which one
let
is
us
the one
see.
I'm supposed to use?
Let us see your screen. Let us see your screen. Let me share you permissions here. So can you I hope you joined with your laptop.
Yes.
Okay, so please share your screen. So Aminat, you're next. Taha.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
Yeah, so I've been getting kicked out of the class since I joined around 10:30 to 11. But I'm stable now. What I want to ask is that I saw you using Google Colab. So how is it related with Python? I really don't understand that.
Okay, so Google Colab is an interface or a notebook, an online that data scientists use for for writing their scripts with R, with Python. What? Don't talk. Did someone say anything?
No, apologies.
Oh, okay, great. So with R, with Python, and all of this. However, in this case, we are using Python, but then the Python has a Gemini AI infusion. So now it will help us learn faster, right? It will help us learn faster, and it will help us debug our codes faster, right? So that's why we are using Google Colab. And because our Anaconda was taking too long to actually load, which will actually kill it will kill the zeal to learn in us. That's why I decided to use Google Colab. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Absolutely welcome. So
So, sir, this is what I have.
okay, great. Yes, okay, don't use this one. Use the white one. Use this white one. So the black one that you see behind you is what is called the CMD. It is used for what they call CLI, Command Line Interface Programming. So it is the command prompt, the CLI. You do not need to use that one. But in this case here, you use this white one. It's the IDLE shell. So whenever you want to access this, you will have to type IDLE in your search bar. And that point where you see the gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other questions? Anybody?
How do we get to this white one? How do we get there?
Okay, so in the search bar, if you're using Windows or Apple, just type. If you're using Windows, type in the search bar, this search bar here. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. So can you see my screen here? So I'll minimize this search bar here. Can you see the search bar?
Yes, we
And
can.
everyone, yeah. So in this search bar, just type what IDLE, and you will literally see here pop up, and then you can run it as administrator, or you can simply open it. And when you do so, it comes up, and then you can type whatever you want to type inside. Any other question? So you can learn on your own with what Kaggle here. Kaggle, you can see what Kaggle literally makes us do right now. So right now under Kaggle, we are still doing first point, which is what Python, syntax, variable assignments, and numbers. We passed variable assignments, we passed Python syntax, we passed all of those stuff. We are in between these points here. Yeah, your question.
No, no disagreement about that. Now everything with there now, I the outside there.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay. So we are done with some of the basics some of the basics of Python programming language. Now next week we are going to be doing we are going to be going way more in depth, talking about functions, and functions and all of those other stuff. So yeah,
I want
Amina has a question. Amina has a question. Yes, Amina, please go ahead.
No, I don't have a
Oh, okay,
question. I forgot.
okay. Yeah, so the attendance link has been sent. So please, thank you very much everyone for attending this class, and we shall see inshallah again by
Okay, I've sent it to the group, sir. I've sent my question to the group, sir. Thank you.
okay, great. You're welcome. So I'll get it done now.
No, sorry, sir.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum
Just
salam wa
talking
rahmatullahi.
about telling our name minarets. So how are we going to do that, sir?
You said what?
Just something about we just joining the class, selling our name somewhere. How are we going to do that?
Okay, yeah, send your number to my email address, to the email address, not my email. Send your number to the email address, which is Minaret Talent Academy. Yeah, Aisha, do you have a question? Yeah, you're welcome. Mr. Lukman, you have a question here?
No.
I don't.
Okay, Aisha, so you have a question.
No, I don't. I don't.
All right, so thank you very much. That'll be the end of today's class here. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah,
We
walaikum
haven't
salam.
gotten the link to the day 2 of last week's class.
Yes, the day 2 of last week's class will be sent today or tomorrow. The guy who was supposed to upload it was telling me something about the network failing. Network has been crappy, honestly. So, but I think it has improved over time recently. So the day 2 will be sent. Will be sent.
All right.
Assalamualaikum.
Yeah, walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Which environment do you suggest we stick to now? Are we to use Collab or
No,
the
I think
one from Anaconda?
I explained then, but I think I don't know. Did you join us from the beginning of the class?
Yes. I got disconnected at some point, but I don't know,
Okay,
perhaps
that
it was.
I think it's because of the disconnection, right? So what's happened was I said you could use any of them, right? Issue that we had was because Anaconda was taking too long to load. Do you get? So the easiest one for us to quickly edit and type our code was Google Colab. I said you could use Google Colab because it was easier and it is online. Regardless, if you use Google Colab or Anaconda, you're still going to get same results. The difference is Google Colab gives you data sets. You can get data sets from Google Colab, but you can't get your data sets. You would have to get your own data set by yourself for Anaconda. Hope that settles it.
Okay. Then secondly, when I tried opening this Jupyter Lab on Anaconda, it's actually directed me to my web browser.
Exactly. So there are 2 Jupyter Labs.
So those local host, something like an IP or something.
Yeah, so there are 2 Jupyter Labs, right? So the Jupyter Lab on your notebook, which can be done locally, and then there's a Jupyter Lab on the web, right? So it depends on whichever one you want to choose. You get? So, well, the Anaconda makes it way easier for you to use any of those tools. I hope I've been able to answer that question too.
Yes, exactly.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
So despite the update that Anaconda asked me to do, I've done that, and I've been trying to launch the Jupyter since. It's what you keep saying is file not found.
Okay, so let me see what that does here. Not tried it afterwards. So let me see. Okay, so I'm trying to see from my end here too. As soon as
Okay.
as soon as it loads, I'll definitely show. I'll definitely show what it's still loading here. It's not. It has not even loaded at all. So I'm not using. I'm also trying to answer someone's question on the group. Okay, so it has loaded here. It has loaded here, but it is still telling me to update. But then okay. Don't worry, I'll not update, but what I'll do is I'll just log into Anaconda Cloud. Anaconda Cloud. So I'm connecting it to Anaconda Cloud here. And when I'm connecting it to Anaconda Cloud wants to know if you're going to connect with if you're going to connect with the password in which you're going to connect with. So let me share my screen so that whoever is facing that issue will not face the same issue. So that your Anaconda is going to load. Okay. Yep. So all right. So let me share the screen. Okay, the screen. So walk through this. Okay, who's this guy? And I'll show my Anaconda. So I'll come here and say works. See what this. However, actually, what I'm supposed to use was like Anaconda Cloud notebooks, all this shit. Where is it? Oh. Yeah, accept. I'm not really. Okay, so it's starting up. So let's see what happens. So a note of warning, this is going to be it is going to okay, great. So you can see, you can see this too. It is literally showing you, it is literally showing what we've been seeing on what's it called? It's literally showing what we've seen. It's showing the same Jupyter, like whatever same Jupyter interface that we were seeing on Google Colab or Jupyter on this. So it is literally you and using any interface that Anaconda does. So this one can also work for you, right? So let me come here to and use Jupyter Lab. So there are two Jupyter Labs, right? There's Jupyter Notebook that you can use, like, which is a web-based environment. And then there's Jupyter Lab. The Jupyter Lab is on this, is on the computer. Or yeah, it's on the computer. So let's hope that that opens right now. It's not opening. Okay. So, here too, you can also join like data science communities that you could use to what to learn all of this stuff, right? So this was what the other person talked about. I mean, I hate delays. I do not like people. I do not like delaying. Let's use Jupyter Notebook here. It connect us to the internet.
On your lab where it says select kernel, did you
Yes.
pick okay, select kernel. Okay.
Okay, good. So it is having server problem right now. So the reason it's having server problem. The server is having issues. So maybe I did not configure it correctly here while installing that Anaconda. Maybe I skipped it somewhere somehow. Maybe I got distracted. But I'll look into that and definitely get back to everyone what the issue was. But I'm sure it's supposed to actually launch. It's not complicated at all. It's not complicated. So it's still giving me an error. So it's saying the extension issue. Jupyter Lab may have issues. So error. So it's in the path that I used. So when the Jupyter is not working, you can use, like I said, there are many options for you. Just launch your cloud notebook, open with Chrome, and you're good to go. Because it is still going to give you Jupyter Hub. I see here, it's still Jupyter that is still going to give you. So, and you see that what the Jupyter is. Yeah, Bashir, please, Abdul Bashir. Yeah, is that with you? So you can do what you can do everything you want to do there. You can say print hello world, and it still definitely works. So you can it works there. Walaikum salam, I'm with you.
Yeah, so I was able to open the Jupyter Lab. So I wanted to confirm what's the next step after that. So if it's
So when you open the Jupyter Lab, this is what you're most likely going to see an interface like this, right? You saw the interface like this, right? Something like this.
not really. So what I was seeing is that it showed me 1 minute first.
No problem. Okay, so let me give you co-permission so that you can share your screen here.
But sir, this one is opening on like a Chrome page, on a browser
Yes.
page. It's not opening on the
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's fine to you opens on the Chrome page.
But is it not supposed to open like since you said it's already installed on the system, you're supposed to launch on our system directly?
Yeah, the other one that's supposed to be running on the system correctly is having path issues. So have you tried the other one?
Lab.
You know there are two types here.
Yes, lab. I opened, I clicked on both of them, but only one was just open. I think lab dot redirect. But one
So
had
there's
the network.
so the issue. Okay, Abdulbashir, yeah, I get you now. I get you perfectly now. So let me answer Jane first. So the one that's opening on the computer is probably running the sub process, and because of the path, you remember that we're talking about path problems here. Is clicking of the path and all of those things. So I think that path update is the issue there. But to actually not waste your time, You can definitely just use the one on the Chrome. You get. It's even going to achieve. It's going to achieve faster. It's going to achieve stuff for you in record time. However, you can always access it definitely from your computer straight up.
Okay, so
Yeah. So Abdul Bashir, this is what you're going to do. You're going to click on the Python 3. Click on the Python 3. Yes, that one. Click on it. Yes. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see now.
Yeah. So that's what you're going to do. So print your hello world and run your scripts. No, not that way. Not that way. Not that way. Exactly. So you can see that the print shows green. You're going to put it in parentheses. Parentheses. No. Brackets. Brackets. Yeah, exactly. So it will give you. Can you see it now that it shows you what did you mean print into brackets? Yeah, exactly. So when you run it now. You can run it again by clicking the play button. Click the play button. You see that it runs your hello world. Yes, so I think that solves the whole problem. Thank you very much.
So
So
one
Jane,
question, sir.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Abiji.
Sorry, I tried launching my own Anaconda now too, and it took me to anaconda.com installation sources. So it's now telling me that I should register. Should I register? It's
Yeah,
telling
you can
me
register. You can
Anaconda
register.
Cloud.
Yeah, you can register to Anaconda Cloud. It's going to help you. However, that is not where you. Okay, let me walk you through the process. Let me walk you through the process of that too. Okay, so I'll share you co-host rights. Sorry, I'm still trying to find you the list here. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to get the co-host. Okay, yeah, good. Oh, sorry. I did something wrong. Yeah, no, I got you back here. Okay. So you're now co-host here. So you can share your screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. So you'd have to close this one. Yeah, you can register, right? Register, but you don't want to register in our presence here because of security reasons here.
Okay.
So, well, go to your Anaconda. Click on your Anaconda, right? The app itself. No. This is please don't do it in our presence.
No, I'm not registering in your presence. I want to leave the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, copying.
This is what is bringing. This is my
Oh,
screen.
okay,
Can you
great.
see my screen now?
Yes. So click on yes. Click on yes. Okay, good. So click on don't show again.
Okay.
So you can
Start
start
new.
again. Yes. Click on it again, like put it, like open it again.
Is it an account?
Then go click on that Jupyter note.
Okay.
Yes. That's what you're looking for.
Oh, okay. So this is what I will be using to work.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me stop sharing.
Like not this one, not this notebook. So it's loading this server, right? This is the exe part can you just open your app panel? So your apps. Yes, so can you type Jupyter inside?
I think I have one. I've done Jupyter one time like that.
Okay, I think that was the one. So run Jupyter as administrator instead of you. Yeah, run Jupyter as administrator. So this one is literally showing you the server side of it. So and this one is for people that want to tweak the back end part of the server. Not carried away there. Yeah, so you can close that one. Just close.
Yeah.
So you can see it now. So when you maximize it, maximize the pane. I think your Jupyter is open now too.
Okay.
So yeah, you can actually click on a folder where you want to run it.
Okay.
You can you click on new on the top there, top right.
Oh,
top
okay.
right. Yes, notebook.
New file or new notebook?
No, notebook.
Notebook.
Yeah. Yes, and yes, select Python 3. Select.
Just select.
Yep. And there you go. And start working on it like that. So type your hello world. And you'll be sure that everything works fine. Nope, not like that.
Am we going to use this?
Nope. You're going to use print.
I'm going to use
Print.
Sorry, I did not get it.
Print.
Print. Oh, print.
Yes, print.
Then I'm going to use my
Parentheses, your brackets.
Okay.
Quotation mark. Hello world. And then close the bracket. Yeah, and then press the play button.
I should press what's this?
Play button. No. Play button. There's a play button
play.
on top. Yes, on top, directly on top.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And you can work. Yeah. You're welcome. There are shortcuts to use too, but then we'll talk about that shortcuts in next class.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, guys. Any other question?
Yes. Can we use the AI features in Jupyter Notebook as well?
Yes.
I mean, Jupyter launched from Anaconda.
Yes, you can use it. You can use it, but don't depend on it. The thing is, in the learning phase, it is preferable not to depend on AI tools here, because it is going to make the learning phase too easy. You understand? And you know that as humans, we actually learn through hard things. So it is when you faced so many issues that you know how to solve those issues, right?
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Absolutely. Teslim, I think, was it Teslim?
Yes, he just answered my question.
Okay, great. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We gotta go now. Salam alaikum. Please fill your attendance here. So I think this video should be ready by tonight or tomorrow too. All right, guys. Salam alaikum. Bye, guys.